I went to a number of new schools when I was a kid. My parents moved around, my dad was on sabbatical. So I'd meet new kids many times in school. Start out a new school year.
I made friends based on, kids who had common interests, reading, and anything that involved talking. I got into more than one fight because of being Jewish. I will never forget the kid who said to me, "You killed my Lord," and started beating me up. I would come home from school for holidays, for summer vacation, and I had no friends. In those days, kids didn't play with blind kids. My folks would try to invite kids over from across the street or down the block or what have you, and they just didn't want to do that. My eyes are such that, I'm sure I did not look like they did.
Later in school, maybe 7th grade, having real difficulty learning math. Math was hard because the kids were taught on the blackboard. And I remember just getting really discouraged one day, and one of my brothers, Carlo, just sort of took me on his lap and said something, very positive. I don't remember what it was, but it was just very comforting at a time when I really worried about whether I could make it, whether I could get through school.
One morning after Mass, I heard Sister Gregory say, "Who has the third bed in the big dormitory?" Very proudly, I said, "I do, Sister." She said, "You do?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Come in here." I went in and I felt the bed. She said, "Look at those lumps. Look at this, it's not even. You didn't pull the spread up right. You didn't pull up the blankets right." Boom, she gave me a shot in the back. She said, "I'll bring little Pauline from downstairs, 7 years old, who knows how to make a bed better than you. You should be ashamed of yourself."
When I went to school for the blind, we were getting the message from folks that you're blind and it's going to be hard enough for you in the world as it is. So you got to be as perfect as possible.
One winter day, Friday afternoon, my father comes to the school, comes up to the second floor where we all met. I came down with my suitcase, and he said, "Oh, Ed," he said, "I don't know if you know it, but it's snowing out. There's about 12 inches of snow on the ground already, and they expect some more." He said, "So I have your galoshes." I said, "I'll help you put them on." And all of a sudden the elevator stops. Who walks off the elevator but Sister Rose Magdalene? She turns the corner and she sees my father pushing the galoshes, and I'm pushing, saying, "Mr. Lucas, what are you doing?" "Oh, Sister," he said, "I don't know if you've seen outside, but there's about 12 inches of snow, and I'm helping Ed put on his galoshes, and the galoshes would go all the way up to your knees, and you would have buckles that you would have to put on the side." "Oh, really?" She said, "You're having trouble, Mr. Lucas." She said, "Let me help you." She gave him a little elbow, pushed him aside, and she pulled it off. She said, "Now, you can go sit down, and when he can put on these two galoshes by himself, he's only blind, he's not handicapped, you can leave." An hour and a half later, we left.